Hello friends, it's Monica, also known as Sleeved After 60, and I'm coming to you on Wednesday, June 13th, 2017, which is not the usual day that I come on. I like to do it on Tuesday, but yesterday working on the garden, actually on my patio. I have a townhouse. I just like saying garden because it sounds like like I'm working on the garden, like I have a garden. It's really not, but it makes me feel like I'm doing yard work instead of just going outside, which is kind of dumb, but anyway, it makes me feel like a farmer. Anyway, so this is my week 13th update, and I had a VSG on March 3rd, 2017 at University of Minnesota Fairview Hospital with Dr. Leslie, whom I will be seeing tomorrow for my 3-month checkup. So it'll be interesting to see what he has to say. So my weight this week was 164.9, which is a loss of 2 pounds. So it's it's taken a kind of a little up spurt. Because I was losing like 1.5 pounds or maybe even less before, and all of a sudden one week I lost, I think maybe last week I lost 2.7, and now it's 2.0. I think that's really good. So what have I, let's check, what have I lost? Total since surgery 33.1, and since November 58.9. But just something that I wanted to touch on is that actually yesterday was my 2-year anniversary of having retired. And when I retired 2 years ago and I started on this sort of health change, I was 240. So, let's say 165. So that's, good Lord, that's a lot more than I thought, isn't it? Damn. 58 and what, another 20 something, 70 something. That's not, yeah, I guess maybe that's why it looks so different to me. Things are going well. Things are going really well. The food, I think I've got down so far. I'm eating a lot of salmon just because it feels good. It goes down well. It's easy to prepare. I'm broiling or baking. I'm doing a lot of cauliflower rice, which just because my honey loves it, my honey of 3 months, it just loves it. And like today, I just sweated some cut white onions, and then so I put it sort of like I sauteed it, just frozen, from the bag, and I sauteed it with a little salt and some herbs, and it was lovely. Just, I try to eat my fish first, but, salmon is so moist and it goes down really, really well. And fluids, I'm not having an issue with at all. I've gone back to, I've been doing the metal one, with a straw. But sometimes I just like to drink from a glass, not from a straw, just because I like the taste of the coldness in my lips. It's a whole different experience, and I like that. So I've never been one of those, women who wants to drink her wine with a straw. I just want to taste it in my mouth, and I want that whole experience. I want to party in my mouth. So that's it. Still not working out. I did some yard work, but I'm not worried about that. As far as hunger, I commented on somebody's Instagram today about hunger, because I'm not sure. Sometimes I think it's more of it's not so much hunger, but it's thirst. And I made an appointment to see my primary provider. I'm going to be seeing her next week because I'm wondering if maybe it's time for me to stop taking my high blood pressure medication. Because a couple of days ago, I got up in the morning and I fell off my bed. I mean, not like off my bed, like, I turned around and fell off my bed. I don't even know how it happened. I don't recall really being, and I don't know if any one of you has had that. I don't think I was necessarily lightheaded, but I don't know how it happened. And I mean, it was like good Lord. The only thing that was good about that is that I thought at 160 some pounds that my husband would be able to pick me up, even though I just kind of said, don't, because, he was trying to just pull on me. But that's what happened. So what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about weight loss, aging, and how do you get your groove back. And one of the reasons why I decided to talk about this topic is that at times, the last time when I was about to turn 50 and I went to Up to Fast and lost a lot of weight, I remember, sitting down to dinner at a restaurant and telling, when my then fiance of 16 years, when my, back then I guess it would have been 4 or 6 years, but when he asked me why I was going to do this was 2003. So or maybe it was 2002, because I think I did it for like 10 months. When he asked me why was I going to do that, why did I want to do this, one of the things that I remember telling him was that, being overweight and at the time, I don't remember exactly what the weight was, but it was probably I've hit 256 in the past, but usually my weight, when things would start falling apart and I would have to do something, it's usually when I would hit 240. Then, my knees, my GERD, everything just got really, really bad. So when that happened, I remember me talking to him about it and saying, I feel invisible. I feel like, people just talk, through me, and I don't feel attractive anymore. And, you could see that he was kind of puzzled because, that it's never been an issue with him, my weight, and he's always been really demonstrative and very, he uses language well about, how he finds me attractive, but I felt that way. And so, in the last 14 years, I've lost weight and gained weight again, and I went through a period a couple of years ago where my eating disorder was in really in a good place, and I just sort of lost weight, probably about 40 pounds, 40 some pounds, but I was feeling good again. I mean, not this low, but probably, I don't know, Wonderland, probably, for sure Wonderland. But anyway, so how, what does this all mean? And what I'm trying to say is that it's not the number on the scale, it's how I feel about myself. And what it usually means, I think, and I may have talked a little about this in my giveaway, my beauty giveaway, when people ask me questions. And by the way, we're getting close to doing another beauty giveaway, because now there are 330 of you. So I figure that, I'll be ready to do another one, and keep watching, because I'm not going to do it in the I learned my lesson of saying, because people will just subscribe so that they can be part of it. It's not fair for a small community. So anyway, so the first thing that I learned about getting my groove back, and the times that I've gotten my groove back, is that the one thing always is that don't wait till, don't wait till you lose weight or till you get to your goal or whatever. Just look at tomorrow and what can you do to get your groove back now, whatever your weight is, whether you're starting, whether you're pre-surgery, and what it is that you can do to sort of rebuild yourself. The other thing is that about taking care of yourself. You got to take care of yourself, whether it means whatever that means. That you haven't been doing before, whether it means going to see a doctor, whether it means going to see a dermatologist, if you don't, if you can't afford that, whether it means buying some cosmetics that you can afford, whatever it is, just whatever that means to you, whether it be shave your legs and get a good haircut, get your eyebrows plucked, use a friend, whatever it is, to take care of yourself. And then what goes with that is to invest in yourself. And again, don't wait. If one of the things that I found when I decided to do that is that somehow I ended up letting my hair grow. I don't know pretty much how that happened. But one of the things that I had read before is that if you're going to have a change, if your like looks are going to change, it's a good idea to do something drastic to your hair, because then people will take away, they will not look at oh, you're losing weight. They'll just look at that altogether. So if you're going to to lose weight, or if you're feeling sort of strange right now, or who am I, get your hair cut off or grow out your hair. Something that simple. Change your hair color, get new glasses, so that people will sort of go, what's different about her? Oh, she's wearing makeup. Oh, something to that effect that will just be an investment in yourself. Then the other thing is fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. And the most important thing, I think, is self-talk. If you talk to yourself and you go, hey, I'm not that bad. I say that to myself all the time. I'm 64 years old. I'm not that bad. I have all my teeth. I still can comb my hair. I do a little tweeting and tweaking here and there. I use a little Botox. I've said that before, a little filler. But, that may be what I need to get my groove back. It may not be what you need to get your groove back. For you, it may be completely different. It may be actually getting glasses and not going around not being able to see and being squinting all the time. But, talk to yourself about just, if nothing else, just don't put yourself down. And if if you find yourself, something that I need to share with everyone is that if you notice, most always I wear a bracelet. Actually, this was a gift from my husband. I usually wear a bracelet. The reason why I wear a bracelet is for my anxiety. Many years ago, this is like 30 some years ago, I don't know whether I read it somewhere or I came up with this idea, but they used to do, when I was a young graduate student, we used to help people with anxiety by having them have a rubber band, and they would sort of flick it if they were having bad thoughts or thoughts about anxiety. And somehow I came up with having bracelets, and I would wear either a bracelet that I could touch, so that would give me the message, about anxiety, that, okay, calm down. And when I see it, or sometimes I'll wear a bunch of them and just the noise will tell me to calm down. So if you need something like that, so that when you start to have those bad thoughts, when you start to put yourself down, when you say I'm too fat, when you say I'm not pretty enough or whatever, that just by touching that can help you, or just by touching it, it can remind you to say something nice. And now I just kind of go to it almost automatically, because usually it just makes me calm down. Then the last thing I'm going to say is about attention. All attention, male attention, does not have to lead to sexual conquest or a sexual relationship. Sometimes people, men in particular, I know that they're just lovely to me because I'm not a threat. I'm not a sexual predator. And I think that it's just that I usually, it comes very easy for me. I have a 36-year-old son, so it comes very easily for me to say something nice to a young man. And plus, I feel pretty secure in my relationship with my husband. And so, I don't think about it. And I know that I get that feedback. And I don't mean somebody telling me I'm attractive, but just feeling attractive because I know that I can engage someone. So this is what I'm giving to you all today. And just a word of my 2 cents. Aging is happening to all of us. So this is if you're 20 or if you're 60. So until next week, besos, we're in this together. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.